Okay.
We're back on.
No people
Hopefully.
though, just us. But
I mean,
what's up?
they're gonna
How's
come
life?
now. They're gonna come now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. YouTube was a little unreliable today. It was great yesterday, though. Yeah. Thanks God.
It happens.
I know. Yay. Welcome back, everyone. We were talking about English. We were answering your questions. We talked a little about English tenses. We talked a little about pronunciation. And I think this part, like this stream, we're just going to do Q&A.
Yeah.
Again, who just joined, Vania is a professional English language teacher. Americans would never, ever guess he's actually from Russia. And he came to America with perfect American accent, perfect knowledge of English grammar, and he teaches English. He's a YouTuber, influencer, singer. He's here with me today. Actually, I'm here with him because I was staying in his apartment. So, yeah, whenever I'm in LA, I'm staying with Vania. And yes, welcome back. Okay, I'm glad people are joining.
Okay, we're
right.
back on. We're back on.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do Q&A. Any questions related to English language, America, or whatever, like any questions you have, feel free to ask. And again, if you are struggling with English grammar, English tenses, we created a course for you, an intensive course that's going to cover every single tense in English. There are 12 of them, and we're going to have 12 lectures, each dedicated to each tense. And we're going to have 3 live streams where you would ask us questions about your English, about tenses. So the link is down below in description. Sign up, and tomorrow the prices are going to increase. So make sure, if you want to enroll, sign up today, and we'll see you on the first live stream in a couple of weeks. How to join the course. So the link is below. Click it, hit it, and you're going to see different options. There's an option with Venus consultation. There's an option of just, taking part of the course.
We have different packages you can choose from as far as participation. You can have just a regular package, which is the cheapest one. I wouldn't say that, but it's the most affordable one. And then we got the master package. And then we have guru package, which is, the most advanced, and it includes a 30-minute individual consultation from me after the course is done. The course is on English tenses and how to use them and how to understand them and how to basically utilize them in speech, with a lot of theory, a lot of practice as well. So, if you do the work, tenses will not be a problem anymore for you. So link in the description. Make sure you sign up today, because tomorrow the price is going to go up, and we don't want you to pay a lot for this. So just get it now before it's too late.
Yep.
I want the best package. Damn right. That's right. How to correct spelling mistakes. Just write a lot. Not on your phone. Pen and paper. Write a lot and then check yourself. It's all about practice and how much time you can put into it.
And you can also use Fluent Express.
Or you can use Fluent Express.
Something that I'm doing every single day, because I still make a lot of mistakes in my Russian text, in my English text. You can never be perfect. Maybe only if you're a teacher or something. But I make a lot of mistakes. And I just upload my English text to fluent.express, and there's a native speaker that corrects the text. And I would always make sure that I go through my mistakes. It's not just like, oh, I got the correct text, I just posted, and then that's it. No. I actually work on every single mistake so that the next time I wouldn't do them. So fluent.express is a great tool. And I would also recommend to start posting in English on your social media, because you probably have Facebook, you probably have Instagram. Just start posting in 2 languages. If your audience would be like, oh, why is she, she's from Germany and she started posting in English, do it in 2 languages. Because I started, initially my Instagram was Russian only. And then I started this channel, linguamarina, and I realized so many people are subscribing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do first part in English, check with Fluent Express, and the second part in Russian. And this way, everyone can understand me and I can practice my English. So advice for all of you guys, after this live stream, go ahead, go on your Instagram, but maybe take a picture of this, of this event, or whatever, and just write a post and tag us. I'm Lingua Marina. He's Venia Pak. Tag us. We're gonna see a post. I'm gonna like it. Yeah. So homework for you.
Venya, I have a question for you. Did you have any problem with your saliva when you were learning American accent, particularly when you were trying to speak and imitate the accent? That's a really good question. I don't think I did, and I don't think I do. The reason why you do that, or you might have that.
What was the saliva problem? Like you have a lot of saliva in your mouth?
Yeah, like your mouth is watering.
I have this problem when I see food all the time. Like every time I see food.
I don't think that's what they're asking.
I know, no.
But man, I don't know. I don't think I've ever encountered that.
I think they're just too concentrated on talking. They forget to
swallow.
Yeah, they forget to swallow.
Maybe you forget to swallow when you're too focused, or it could not be a problem at all, and you're just overthinking it. So that's
just swallow, breathe, and swallow. Take it easier. Take it slower. How to learn new words. You encounter a new word, try to use it. Well, that's the easiest thing that I can tell you. But again,
that's the easiest way to do it.
Through social media, when I write a post, there are so many things I want to express, and sometimes like, oh, what's this word? And once I look it up, and once I use it in a text, it's there in my head. So the next time, I will remember. It's all through practice.
How to learn Russian?
Don't
try. It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, learn English.
The best way to memorize words, again, in practice. Practice all the time. Don't try to memorize the definition or the translation, which is even worse. Take it and put it into action. Just literally generate language with the word and use it as much as you can. And then it's just gonna be like muscle memory. Then you're gonna remember it forever.
Venia, great question. How to improve your pronunciation in an ESL class? So, for example, I had this problem. You're in Russia. You have this Russian, or okay, let's do another country. You're in Brazil. You have this teacher who's Portuguese/Brazilian. You have all of the students who speak with a Portuguese accent, and you want to sound American. You want to, but it's gonna sound weird because you're in this class where everybody has the same accent. Like, how do you maintain this pronunciation?
If your classroom doesn't give you that, you have to do it on your own. Train your ears and listen to a lot of stuff and repeat, imitate, learn the sounds. You have to do it on your own. But the main thing, don't be afraid of using what you learn in class. A lot of people learn how to speak well, but then in class, they like dumb it down and they don't want to, they're like ashamed or, shy.
Because everybody's going to laugh. Like,
nobody's going to laugh.
If everyone is speaking like that and I come to the classroom and I'm speaking like that, everyone will be like, oh, is she showing off or what's happening with her English?
Who cares?
I know, but
Who cares?
Like,
nobody's going to laugh.
Tough. Yeah.
Nobody's going to laugh.
I think it's a psychological problem. You just have to learn to not care about what other people think.
Literally, just don't care. You can't care about it. Literally, if everybody wants to speak like that, God bless. Do whatever you feel like you have to do. Do whatever you want to do. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. People may look at you weird at first, but you have to know, you have to understand that in order for you to, learn how to speak like that, you have to practice all the time. So you just got to do it.
Yeah, and you have this goal. So you have a goal which is more important than
an ESL classroom.
Think. Yeah,
ESL classroom is a temporary thing. You have bigger things in life that you want to get with your English.
Yeah.
So you gotta do it. You gotta do it. If I cared and tried to hide my progress in my ESL classroom, I would have never been here.
I want to go to Malta to study. Is it possible if you have B1 level of English? Of course, you can start with like 0, but I would say it's better if you are, what was it? Elementary was the first, and then beginner is the second.
Beginner and then elementary.
Elementary.
And
Okay,
then-
elementary would be the lowest level when I would start, because well, you're going to be in an English speaking environment. So you would need to express your thoughts. You would need to communicate with people. So basic English is a must. But they would also accept like people with zero knowledge. So yeah, B1, perfect.
B1 is pretty standard. You know, it's good. It's fine. It's a good level.
Yeah.
Uh,
How can I start thinking in English?
exercise your brain. So don't try to just jump right into it and just think in English. Try with simple stuff. First, connect your visual with your thought process in English. So, for example, whatever you see, an object that you see, try to think what the name of the object is in English right away.
Instead of
Like,
translating.
you just see it, can. You see it, you think book. Like, you can't just do that first and do it for a while until you're comfortable. If you don't know a name of, you know, whatever, if you don't know the name of the object, just move on to the next. You know, don't dwell on it, don't think about it too much. Just whatever objects you know, try to connect your visual with your thought process in English. And then move on to different sentences, imaginary, you know, situations in your head that you can play out, you know, like a movie scene or like a play. Pretend like you're giving somebody an interview or whatever. You know, just there's a lot you can do with just yourself without any speaking partner. So it's good to do that, and always catch yourself. Always catch yourself when you're not thinking in English, when you're trying to speak English. Always catch yourself and try to switch back.
Yeah, and do as many activities in English as possible during the day. So you start your day with a, I don't know, English tenses intensive course. You do a lecture, you do your homework in English, then you watch a TV show in English, then you browse, I don't know, look for something on YouTube in English. So do as many activities as possible and finish your day with listening to an audiobook in English or maybe reading something in English. And then you would be surprised, like some people when people travel with us through LinguaTrip and they spend like 2 or 3 weeks in an English speaking environment, they DM me like, "Oh, Marina, it's been 2 weeks, and today was my first dream in English."
That's amazing.
That means that the brain has switched from, you know, their own language into English, because 2 weeks in a language environment and they've done a lot of things in English, and their brain's like, "Oh, I'm gonna dream in English now."
Yeah, no, that's literally one of the tells when your brain is in the right, you know, when you're in the right headspace, when you have dreams in English, for sure.
Okay. What's the difference between shall and should?
Shall is an old-fashioned verb that we use instead of will, or we used to use instead of will when we say I, you know. Now it's not used that much anymore. It's still used, but for particular situations with like more of a joking kind of, you know, manner. Like, shall we go to the movies? That kind of stuff. But as far as like serious grammar, it's not used that much anymore. Where should is still used, still popular, still good.
I have read 2 books in English already. I'm a hero. Congrats. Yeah, this is awesome. I think, well, I switched from reading in Russian into reading in English when I was 16 years old, or maybe 14. I just told myself, that's it. No more Russian, just for my university or like school when that's required, but for fun, only in English. And this is something you can do as well.
When I was 14, I didn't even know English. And you're already reading.
Yeah. How to speak faster. You don't have to speak faster. It's going to come. There is nothing bad in speaking slower.
To speak faster, you have to speak slow. That's just how it is. Or slowly, if there's grammar Nazis here. But yeah, to speak fast, you have to speak slowly, which means, you know, your slow speech has to be consistent first before you can speak fast. Not a lot of people speak fast in America. It may sound like this, but people speak, you know, pretty slowly out here. There are some people that speak fast sometimes. But again, people speak pretty slow, so speak slow. Don't try to speak fast, because when you try to speak fast, it just blends in, and then you lose sounds, and then just you don't make sense. It sounds really weird. People don't understand you. So speak slowly, please.
How to stop translating in my head, in my mind. Something we told you already, like when you see an object, think about it in English first. The second thing that they taught us at school, which is I think is a great advice, stop using dictionaries that translate into your language. Use English to English dictionaries, and just Google a word, look at the images section in Google. Maybe that will help. Like instead of memorizing a word in two languages, just explain it to yourself in English. And again, the more you are doing, the more things you're doing in English, like maybe you're into photography, maybe you're into filmmaking, maybe you want to become a YouTuber. There's so much information in English, and it's a lot more information in English than in any other language. So you can study anything in English. Like think of the subjects that interest you the most and watch a lecture on YouTube about that subject today. Like I'm so interested in health, I'm going to take a class in Stanford in English. I'm sure I wouldn't know like 50% of the words I'm going to learn in Russian because I haven't studied medicine in Russian, but I'm going to learn them in English. And this is how you switch.
How to speak descriptively. Really good question. To speak descriptively and to improve your storytelling, you have to learn reported speech. Just write it down for me. I'm going to give you the topics, and then you can go research on your own. You have to learn reported speech. You have to learn adjective clauses, noun clauses, adverb clauses. Shit ton of adverbs and adjectives, and you'll be good.
Marina, how did you learn grammar? Through practice. I was taking German class like a month ago, and I was doing the same grammar over and over again. It's not something that you can just learn once and for good. So, for example, like English tenses. When I was 7 years old, we started with present simple in our class back in Russia. But guess what? 10 years later, when I was in the UK, we did it once again, just to make sure I'm using it the correct way. I'm using it as a native speaker. So the more you practice, the better it is for your language. This is why we created this course about 12 tenses, because you can, like, well, Vani is proficient. I'm kind of proficient, but I'm still learning some new stuff. So it's a lifelong process. The more you practice with your grammar, the more exercises you do, the better you become. So I would say, take as many classes as you can. Like intensive course is great. And another thing with a great problem with all of the ESL students, sometimes you're just taking English classes just because everybody's doing that. You don't have a goal, you don't have a timeline. When you're joining an intensive course, you have a timeline. You have 2 weeks to learn 12 tenses. That's it. Because if you're not taking the classes, you're going to miss the live streams. You won't have any opportunity to ask us questions. You're just going to miss it. So intensive class makes you study every single day. The classes are, well, they're like 15 minutes long, and then you have your homework. So it's not like you have to spend all of your day in front of the computer, but it's all about being regular. It's all about exercising every day, maybe like for 20 or 30 minutes, joining a live stream like that, listening to people speaking English, asking them questions, communicating in the chat. This is something that helps you improve. It's impossible to just tell yourself, okay, I'm going to spend this year not doing anything in English, but then in summer, I'm going to spend 1 month learning grammar. No, that's not going to work. It has to be regular. It has to be planned, and you have to love it. That's the thing. Okay. How to become confident like you? Start a YouTube channel in English. Oh, it's going to add you so much confidentiality because
Confidence.
Confidentiality. See, I'm just inventing new words. When you start a YouTube channel in English, if you make too many mistakes, you will be tired. Tired of correcting yourself, editing the video. Start something in English. Okay.
Do you always speak English with each other? Not always. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do.
Only if there's an American
Around, yeah,
around
yeah.
us.
Like if my wife is around, then
Yeah.
we try to speak English. But usually we speak Russian around each other because the jokes are just funnier.
Yeah. um,
Hi from India. Hi, India.
hello.
What's up? How can I practice if I don't have anyone who I can practice with? Ooh, that's a really good question. Listen, you see our video right now? Look below. It says English language, your questions, right? And then look below. It says 723 people watching now. Find somebody here. You have a great network here of people with the same goal and the same dreams that you have, or similar at least. Find somebody who's down to, Skype once a week or, twice a week for an hour or whatever.
Or just
to
talk
practice.
to yourself, which is also an option.
You can talk to yourself as well, but if you also want somebody to practice with.
It's just so cool. Instead of singing in shower, just talk to yourself. Just tell yourself how your day went. What have you done? What are your plans for tomorrow? Oh, if you have a notebook, if you have a planner, write down everything in English. Because this is like a lot of practice. When you
Writing,
plan your day in English, there's so many things. Like everything that you do on a daily basis can be done in English.
Fluency, please. To be fluent means to speak with less pauses. So to speak with less pauses, you have to speak slower. You see where the connection is between fluency and speaking slowly? That's the game. That's what it's all about.
Greetings from Finland. I just missed that country.
Let's change WhatsApp number or Telegram. Yeah, guys, connect with each other. That's also what this is for.
Oh, this is what our intensive class is for, because you're gonna have
exactly, because our course that's in the description down below, people have chats and people still talk to each other. We
organize Telegram chats for participants, so you can talk to each other, exchange thoughts, exchange materials. Maybe you have the same goals. Maybe some of you are applying.
Help each other.
Yeah.
Network.
To universities. Yeah. So yeah, the link is below. We're waiting for you guys to join our intensive course, and we'll see you. When does it start? 2 weeks? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I promise you will not regret it. It'll be a great experience for you. I've been doing these courses for quite a while now, and there's nothing but good feedback and happy people.
Yeah.
So and this promise you.
Yeah, and this is my second course, and I've actually this year, I think I've taken maybe like 5 different intensive courses from different bloggers. And this is the best way to study, because you trust the person that you are listening to. Bloggers are always a lot better than just, ordinary teachers, because they are all about communicating, all about making it fun. And another thing that I've noticed, again, when it's an intensive course, you have a timeline. Because when you're just purchasing a video, or, I don't know, purchasing a book, you don't have a timeline, you don't have a deadline. You're like, oh, okay, now I have it. This is what I do when I go into a bookstore. I would buy like 6 books and I would never read them later. This is why I switched to like Audible, for example. They give me 1 credit a month, so I have the whole month to listen to a book. So deadlines are really important in anything that we do.
Hi from Japan. What's up, Japan? What time is it in LA? It is currently 10:54 a.m.
Has anyone used 9gag? Yes. They graduated from 500 startups. The story with 9gag is that the guys came to 500 startups with a completely different company. They couldn't make any progress, but they were doing this side hustle called 9gag. And the demo day was approaching, and demo day is when you pitch your company to hundreds of investors from Silicon Valley. And they came to Dave McClure and told him, Dave McClure is the one who started 500 startups. And they're like, Dave, our company is not working out. We don't have any progress. We don't know what to do on demo day. And here's this funny meme that is on our 9gag website. And Dave was like, and how much traffic do you have there? And they had like millions of people. And he was like, are you guys stupid? Can we just do 9gag? And then it exploded. Yeah. And this is how you have this, side activity, and it grows into something bigger. just like Language Trip, it was my side activity when I was studying at a Russian university. British or an American accent for business. Should use accent. Thank you. Oh, which accent is better?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Your goal is to be understood, and the rest is, up to you.
Hi from Moldova. Hi, Moldova.
Jordan. Movie recommendations. Let's recommend a couple of movies. Easier. Let's do intermediate/upper intermediate level.
Doesn't exist. Look, don't ask for movie or TV show recommendations to learn English, because here's the thing. You have to watch something you enjoy.
Yeah, that's also true.
If you don't like it, you won't learn from it and you will be miserable. Watch whatever you want and try to learn from whatever you like. That's just how it is. And it's going to be faster. You're going to progress a lot faster then.
My favorite this season is Billions.
Yeah, see?
Just to give you some ideas.
Yeah.
If you're interested in business, Billions, Suits, Silicon Valley is the best. But maybe because I'm from Silicon Valley, that's why. Great tips. Thank you.
You could teach people Russian. I could never teach Russian.
No, it's tough, guys. Russian is tough.
I don't know it myself that well.
Is there any accent you cannot understand, or it is very difficult to understand for you? Vena, that's a question for you.
Scottish. Irish. Sometimes some Asian accents are hard to understand, but the more I taught English to people from like Japan and Korea, the more I kind of got used to it, so it's fine for me now. But still, Scottish and Irish are difficult for me to understand, and I think that's it for me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your work. Okay, I'm looking for a couple more questions that we can take today, and then we're gonna finish. I'm sorry we had to split it into 2 live streams because YouTube is so unreliable these days. Mm-hmm. But fingers crossed for Susan, who's the CEO of YouTube.
Susan.
Interesting lecture voices. Okay. Reading faster. No, just ask a cool question, please. When is the next stream? This is a cool question. I have no idea. The last stream was like 3 months ago. Maybe there's a pattern. I don't know. So we'll definitely go live 3 times during the intensive course about tenses. And if you want to sign up, the link is below. So this would definitely, we are going live. Remember I told you about present continuous? We are going live during that intensive course.
I'm glad you caught it. Yes, I did make a mistake. Everybody makes a mistake. I did make a mistake. I said progress as a verb, which is pronounced progress. You can progress faster. I said you can progress faster. Yeah, guys, good. That's good. Yeah. That's really good.
That's good.
How many time is it from B2 to C1? How much time is going to take you to get from B2 to C1? It's different for everybody. It's really hard to tell like that. So B2 to C1, I would say anywhere from 6 months and longer. But again, everybody's different. So it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, and different schools have different timelines. What the majority of ESL schools tell us is that on average, one level is 8 weeks minimum. So, and then it depends on you. It can be 8 weeks, it can be 12 weeks, but the average when they transfer you to the next level is 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So B2, what was it? B1, B2, C1?
Yeah.
So minimum 16 weeks, minimum 4 months. And then again, if you're talking to your parents every single day in your language, if you're talking to your friends in your language, it would slow everything down.
How to reduce mistakes. That's a really good one. Speak more. That's how you reduce mistakes.
Okay. And work on your mistakes. Again, check your text on fluent.express and then just write your mistakes down and repeat the right version of the sentence.
Yeah, it's just keep talking. That's how you reduce mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Literally everyone. Native speakers, non-native speakers, everybody makes mistakes sooner or later. So you can't really avoid that, but you can reduce them, and you just have to talk and talk and practice and practice and practice. Because even if you know the correct version, sometimes when you talk, you kind of like forget, zone out, whatever, and then you make a mistake, which is fine. You just gotta continue.
Yeah. linguamarina is the best channel. Thank you, Charlie. And guys, if you have any friends who are struggling with English language, share my channel with them, because we're at 925,000 followers. And by the end of 2018, I really, really want us to have 1 million in our great community. So share this channel, share our intensive course, and sign up for our intensive course so that we could go live together with you in 2 weeks. And we're going to answer your questions. We're going to teach you all of the tenses in English. There are 12 of them, and we're going to explain you how to use them, what's the correct way, and what are the situations when you use every single tense. Okay. Any advice from you, Vanya?
Yeah, guys, just keep practicing. English is not some kind of science that you gotta memorize and hit the books to really understand. So, you have to communicate. So communicate. Learn English by doing what you're learning it for.
Yeah, enjoy the process. That's the most important thing. Anything you do in your life, don't think about the result, think about the process. If you enjoy it, it means you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yay. And I'm waiting for your posts in English on your Instagram. Tag us, and we're going to like your post if you tag us.
And we'll see you guys during our course. Sign up.
Yeah.
Before
we're starting in 2 weeks. Tomorrow the prices go up. So don't waste your time.
Take this opportunity.
Yeah.
And we'll see you there.
We'll see you during the course. Yeah. All right. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Good night. Bye-bye.